Ciao everyone! Oh, ciao Seb, thanks for being here. Okay, the same questions as always. Can you hear me? Both the game, my voice, everything is okay? Alright. I think everything is okay. So, welcome to my second play to Parasite Eve. Thanks for the feedback. And yeah, we keep our play through this masterpiece between a survival horror and RPG hybrid title. And this time I'd like to tell something more about the mitochondria theme and the book, the novel that the game of Parasite Eve comes from. And yeah, since this part is pretty full of cutscene and easy play, aside for the swears part, but okay. I'm gonna to boring you more than usual. Okay, then let's go. And no, sorry guys, I really can't skip this intro. I really can't. It's too amazing. Now we can actually start. Yeah, I just love this soundtrack. And a little trivia about it that surely you already know if you're a Parasite Eve fan, that it's remakes it in every chapter. For the second chapter and also for the third birthday. All right. Let's heal a little bit. And we use the mitochondria power. that as I told you the previous play, Aya manages to use this power. This power thanks to her ATP, really powerful than the normal human beings. The ATP is the energy that mitochondria makes for the cells, living things, about the activities of the cells, especially the one about the breath. We managed to mechanize the oxygen thanks to mitochondria. Yeah, little genetics lesson. I'm sorry for my bad English, but I try my best. We already defeated Eve for the second time, so we can leave. Okay. Hmm. Another power from mitochondria. Fantastic. The scan ability. Yeah, science, the hybrid of Parasite Eve. The encounters against the enemies are pretty random, like any JRPG from those years. And yeah, that's an aspect I really don't like, right, for my purism, I think, of survivor horror. Because you can actually escape from the battle. But also there, it's pretty random. You can pause the game in the menu, and then there's the escape button. But there's anything that you can make for escaping for real. It's all about random if the game allows you to, and it's a thing that I really don't like it. But you know, I'm a purist and a hardcore survival horror fan. Just for that. Great, another weapon. We're out of the place already. Well, we can leave the first weapon. here we have some good item. For now, since we need a powerful weapon for the boss we're gonna to face now. Yeah. The fact you manage to organize your weapon ability skills, it's pretty original from those times about survivor horror, because it was obvious about RPG genre, but didn't for survivor horror. For example, in Resident Evil you can get several weapons, but you can't customize them. Aside for a very few exceptions, of course. Wow, 2 big frogs. And they're pretty dangerous, them all. All right. Then we can open the gate. And save. There's now another great cutscene for its time. Yeah, this game is full of MIFI videos. Almost every PlayStation titles had, but Parasite Eve really has many of them. Yeah, Aya says that every time she meets Eve, she feels her body heat. That's because the mitochondria responds in some kind of way to Eve, and then the mitochondria makes more ATP energy. That's why Aya feels that way. And that's already a pretty tough boss fight, even if we're just at the beginning. Or maybe it's me that I'm not so good at RPG games. Alright, we did it. And now we're gonna to see the entry of one of great characters. Here he comes. Fantastic. I miss so much this kind of situations in the newest games. I've always felt Daniel as a kind of Barry's Carter for Aya. I just can imagine how much beautiful and amazing could be a Parasite Eve remake. Among all the remakes and the reboot operation we've having in this area of gaming, I really believe that Parasite Eve it's the one that deserves a full remake. It would be a masterpiece. I'm aware of that. I know that. For both narrative aspect, for characters' charisma, for gameplay, it will be a masterpiece. And I really can't get why Square Enix doesn't think about that. I'm aware Parasite Eve is a pretty abandoned series aside for crossover event, but it has so much potential. Also about the era we're having now of survivor horror revival from Resident Evil 7 and also for Resident Evil 2 remake, we have a new age of survivor horror. And Parasite Eve needs its return. But well, the Square Enix is focused to Final Fantasy series only, it seems. And that's a very pity because I'm aware Final Fantasy is one of the most known and important video games series of all time. I'm aware of that. But Parasite Eve deserves its return, especially now. It's the perfect time, guys. It's the perfect time. If a Parasite Eve returns, it must be now, in these years. But I know that the remake of the first chapter would be huge to make because we could have a New York in pretty open world because you visit many areas about New York in the original one, and then a remake you can do at least Manhattan. So yeah, I really think Parasite remake must be done now in this era. Who knows? Square Enix registered again the mark of Parasite Eve because you know that the mark belongs also to Hideaki Sena, the writer of the book. And Square Enix even registered the mark in Europe. And you know that the first chapter never came here in Europe. So we have some hopes. I think Square Enix did on to 2019, I think. Yeah, I know I'm speculating all about that, but I'm making also this live streaming dedicated to Parasite Eve also for making discovered by some new horror games fans and try to bring up the old fans in my little corner, of course. Okay. And this part is very story driven. There are many cutscenes, dialogues. The police station of Parasite Eve. I'm playing with a very low resolution, but I think this little um, oh my image can be Melissa. Melissa that is Eve. I should check it out in a better resolution. Oh. Okay, guys, and you? What about you? What do you think about Parasite Eve revival? Is there any possibility, or you say it's okay? I have the PlayStation 1 copies and I play them. Let me know your opinion. Yeah, Seb, that's exactly what I'm saying. Also, because it's the perfect time. We're having so many survivor horror titles aside for Resident Evil serie, okay, but we also had the remake of Dead Space, for example, or even a porting of the first Clock Tower. It's amazing that we finally have the release of the first Clock Tower also in Western. So yeah, I really can't get why Square Enix is waiting so much for Parasite Eve return. Ah, yeah, you're great. I love the fact that Parasite Eve, even the very side characters like these ones, have their own personality, story, and charisma. It's great. And yeah, the Italian translation is very good because, of course, I played the original game in English, so I know what they're talking about. And yeah, the Italian translation is good. Then, about Square Enix and the Parasite Eve series, you know that in the first of 2000, I think, um, Square Enix used to be Squaresoft in the 80 and 90 in the first years of 2000. So um, the very first game that has the PEGI or the rate mature adverter was right Parasite Eve. It's the first chapter, it's the first title, sorry, that was the mature one, the Peggy 18. Also, that it's a good trivia. Ah, yeah. Allora, yeah, my Italian just pops up. Mm, mm. Wow, so many emos. Mm, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. I remember correctly that it was about the weapons. And the first part, I don't use it to customize the weapons. Because if you customize them, you need to discard the others and so on. Oh, this one isn't translated. All right, yeah, isn't the toilet? You can add or remove. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's what I was just talking about. If you remove an added effect from a weapon or armor, that equipment will disappear. And personally, it's a feature that I don't like about RPG games. So that first weapons that you find through the first part of game uh, are going to become useless because they are too weak, and I really don't like this thing. I prefer about survivor horror that yeah, okay, the handgun doesn't give so much damage, but it can be useful also for the last part of game for saving the ammos of magman or the shotgun and so on. Ah, finally. Then the case. Here's the living box. But also attack +2, maybe. Mm. All right, we can do a little examination of the RPD. Yeah, yeah, I know that isn't RPD, but as a mad Resident Evil fan, I put Resident Evil things anywhere. Mm, well, 16 ammos in the loader. But about the armor? Mm. There's a Shiva. Ah, adorable. Yeah, I love Parasite Eve also for these little features about the story of the whole game. Of course, there are police dogs in a department. Cutie. Then we can't get here. Yeah, fine. I remember correctly. But I don't remember about the armor that I can get it now or later. My memory sucks, sorry. Just for a few things. Yeah, Maya. Auto, questo sì che this is useful. Sorry, my Italian always pops up. As I was talking about the previous streaming about Parasite Eve, that Parasite Eve is a hybrid between a survival horror and an RPG game. So, since in those times the RPG games have the, oh my, I don't know how it called in English, the turns feature that you need to wait the turn of your enemy, you know, huh? Right? Thanks, guys. Here in Parasite Eve, you can actually keep to move your character, but for making an attack or for using an object, you need to wait your turn. And I really can't get why. That's one of the reasons that I prefer the second chapter, because the involvement of Kenichi Wao, one of the developers of the first Resident Evil, gave more survival horror vibes to Parasite serie. Oh, I really am. Actually, I'm Italian, so I really like the Russian accent, but I'm Italian, so that's my pretty heavy Italian accent that I try to hide, but I can't because my English sucks. And I hate that. Again, one of the reasons because I'm making these this live streaming is also for that, for improving my English speech. And about the previous question, no, I haven't OnlyFans, and I'm not interested to make one of them. So, we can leave the previous armor. And the special feature about this one that we get, it's this one. You can heal by yourself without waiting your turn. So you can use your item for healing without waste your turn, if you can say that. And it's very useful, especially during the boss fight. Yeah, let's leave the other armor. Yeah, sorry guys for my heavy Italian accent. I'm trying to improve, really. No, you're the one that I need to leave. Oggetto, ecco qua. Mm. About the handgun, yeah. We're gonna to find other weapons. Like a grenade launcher. Okay, we can go. A little trivia, this soundtrack is available for both the base of Parasite Eve 2 and the third birthday. Of course, it's remixed. Oh, thank you. I'm glad my accent doesn't bother you. But again, I'm trying to improve it. If I remember correctly, Parasite Eve is also the first chapter of Square Soft that use the realistic polygons rather than the cartoons from Final Fantasy, for example. Here Aya is saying that she was raised by her father because the passing of her mother. So her dad raised her. But in the official guide of Parasite Eve, it said that she was oh my, I don't know the writing word in English. In the several different families for adoption. So this plot fact is a little ambiguous. Now, let's save. I'm not doing any save for emergency due emulator crash. But for now, everything it seems to run good. So, finger crossed. Just give me a sec. Oh my. Why the controller doesn't work anymore? What happened? Okay, I saved the stream, Sorry guys for my bad quality, but you know that I'm making with my low, very low PC, and I need to learn how to make it better. So thanks for bearing me. Of course, the people can't believe in Aya stories of what she saw in the theater, so that's a bit difficult for her. But unlike for Irons, this chief is a good person. I really appreciated how the story of the first Parasite Eve game manages to be connected to the book, which is the original opera. Because similar event that I was saying, it already happened in Japan, that are the event of the book. In fact, Maeda, which is who is a scientist that he came from Japan, and he knows well what happened in the book story, because it all began in Japan. Of course, Maeda is a character of the game, but it's the main connection about the plot between the book and the games. Even if Aya herself, it's pretty implies that she is the daughter of Mariko Anzai, the little girl of Parasite Eve novel, haven't? If you don't know the Parasite Eve original plot, the one of the novel, don't worry, I'm gonna to tell you. But in the next part that we're gonna to face. Alright guys, so we can do another part, at least for reach the park. Even if I remember correctly, now we needed to go to the museum. Yeah, that's the second day of Parasite Eve, the second day of the game, and it's right the Christmas day. Too awful working during Christmas. Poor Aya and Daniel. So guys, that's what I was talking about. Just imagine a remake that you can explore New York. It would be amazing. But I think that's a reason why Square Enix doesn't want risk, because a Parasite remake should take too much time and money. But really, it'd be great. Us survivor horror fans would love it, and I think also JRPG gamers, also from Final Fantasy, also because Parasite Eve is made from also Sagakuchi, and the character designer is Nomura. The music also about Shimomura from Kingdom Hearts. I really can't get why Square Enix just losing time to making a revival. Yeah, Seb, I really recommend you to read the book. I think though that it never came in Europe, but only on Japan, of course, and America. But I don't want to be wrong here. Anyway, if you can't read the book, you can watch the movie. They made a movie dedicated to the book of Parasite Eve, and also the manga, which was supervised by Hideaki Sena himself. And I read the book and watched the movie, and I really can tell you that the manga is the best adaptation. Really, is more about the movie. Sorry, the book. The manga is the manga tells the story of the book better than the movie. So if you really can't find the book or a good translation, I advise you to read the manga. There are only three volumes, only three titles, so it's a pretty easy reading. And the manga was published also here in Italy, so I think it was also for Argentina. Yeah, this is a pretty useless part because the museum is closed. Of course, it's Christmas. But I really like when a game makes you some pretty useless thing about gameplay, but it's useful for narrative, as in this example. All right, guys. I was about to do it already, but okay. It's better for you that I stop here because the next cutscene is pretty tough. Tough about the scientific and genetics dams. So maybe you're already tired because I warned you that this part was pretty narrative with many cutscenes and dialogues that I really love, but I think it's pretty heavy to bear for reading Italian lines. And again, sorry for that, but I'm doing this for bringing up some Italian survival horror fans for Parasite Eve. I really wish to do something about this area, also for about the Italian fandom in some kind of way. So yeah, the next part will be Friday or Saturday. I don't know which day exactly now, but I'm gonna to tell you, of course. I think it's better Saturday, but again, I'm gonna to tell you. And yeah, I'm gonna to do at least two live streaming per week because this game is so huge. You know that you're watching it, and it takes so much time. So it's better that I do at least two episodes. So I hope you enjoyed this streaming and you want to be involved about the Parasite Eve serie, also about read the novel, read the manga, watch the movie, or play the games. That I repeat that there are three episodes, two main ones and one spin-off that it was released on 2010 for PSP, named The Third Birthday. But it's more a shorter game, while the first one and the second ones are RPG and survival horror game, as you can see. So, again, thanks for watching, thanks for being me. Also, my horrible English that I'm attempting to tell you some genetic facts, and it's very difficult for me in English. But some words are very similar to Italian ones, so that's the only part easier to me, like mitochondria, that is a mitochondri in Italian, or nucleus, that it's a nucleo. So that's pretty easy for me, at least these ones. And yeah, thanks again. I hope you're going to keep to watching my live streaming, mostly for Parasite Eve. And yeah, thank you. And yeah, let's see you for the next play. That it be probably this Saturday. Ciao.